a new phase of the war unfolds. Russia's autumn offensive may already be underway. Intensified battles stretch across the front lines, from Zaporizhzhia to Volchansk. Is this a strategic push or a series of diversions? Recent reports indicate a sharp increase in combat activity, described by analysts as a conditional autumn offensive. Russian forces are now showing heightened activity across two distant strategic fronts. On the Zaporizhzhia front, Russian troops launched an assault on the village of Mala Tokmachka. Unlike previous summer operations near Orikhiv, which aimed to improve tactical positions, this attack employed assault columns. The scale of the operation suggests rising intensity, but the strategic goal remains unclear: a preparation for a large-scale push toward Orikhiv, or merely a diversion from Kherson. On the opposite flank, renewed activity is observed near Volchansk. For the past month and a half, this sector has been relatively quiet. However, Russian units have now advanced towards the outskirts of Sinelnikova. Not the one in Dnipro region, but a smaller settlement nearby. This move could enable an encirclement of Volchansk from the rear after prolonged fighting. Reports also note that General Lapin has been removed from his command, potentially signaling tactical adjustments ahead. This area carries significant operational and strategic weight. The broader plan seems to rest on three key pillars. 1. Force redistribution. Once operations in Kupiansk conclude, Russia could free up substantial forces. Kupiansk lies at the junction of two operational commands, north and west. Capturing the city would allow the northern grouping to redeploy the 6th Army to new objectives. 2. Bridgehead on the Oskol River. Russian forces have already crossed the Oskol along its stretch from Kupiansk to the border. Though shallow in depth, the bridgehead provides a potential staging ground for future offensives. 3. Melovoy foothold. Back in July, Russian troops established a small bridgehead near the village of Melovoy, between Kupiansk and Volchansk, a step that now appears part of a wider operational design. These ambitions may appear bold, but the area lacks major urban centers and reportedly contains fewer Ukrainian troops, factors that could allow relatively fast advances, similar to those of Russia's eastern grouping on other fronts. Still, dramatic changes in the overall battle plan remain unlikely. Analysts suggest this is part of a wider effort to stretch Ukrainian defenses and apply pressure along a broad front. In summary, the latest escalation reflects a coordinated attempt by Moscow to test Ukraine's endurance on multiple fronts. Whether this marks the start of a decisive offensive, or simply another round in a war of attrition, remains to be seen. Will the autumn offensive shift the balance, or fade into another stalemate?